1045 The Team, 1045theteam.com. On the phone, new Union College football coach Jeff Behrman comes to Schenectady by way of Stony Brook, where he spent the last 10 years orchestrating the FCS Wolves. And Jeff, just right off the bat, why Union?
Why Union? Yeah, I've been asked that a lot. It's a special place. It's a place that has a proud tradition, obviously academically and athletically. I think it's a place where you get the best of both worlds in terms of being a student athlete. And with my background as a Division III athlete and coaching at some Division III places, the Division III model really resonates with who I am as a person and the emphasis of athletics. As a microcosm of the bigger picture. And I found that Union was just such a special place with many people that I had worked with in the past, whether they were students here or whether they were coaches here. I knew it was a special place, and then when I did my research, it just really interests me to be part of this Union community. It's a special setting.
Now, you had 10 years at Stony Brook, as we just said, an FCS program. Did you have Division I offers? Because certainly that would have been what some people would have said would have been a logical next step for you to be a head coach at the Division I level.
Yeah, you know what? It was, for me, in my coaching philosophy, it's never where I'm at. It's who I'm with. It was never the level that I was coaching at. It was the people that I surrounded myself with, and that was a big reason why I was at Stony Brook. And when I went to Stony Brook, I came there by way of Trinity College in Hartford, Connecticut, with Chuck Priori, the head coach at Stony Brook. So it's always been more about the people that I surround myself with, and that was the one thing when I was here in my interview process that really is what makes Union special. The people here are very warm, very welcoming. They're very passionate about Union College and what it can do and transform the young people's lives on campus here.
Now, I played Division III baseball, and I think my junior year we went 1-17 in our own conference, and then senior year we got a new coach. What's the first message that you give to a team that just went 0-10?
The first message I gave them is we're not looking back. We're moving forward. Let's not look in the rearview mirror. Let's look right out the windshield and let's put our own foot forward and create our own destiny. So it's just all about winning each day correctly with their attitude and their effort. That's the biggest thing. Those are the two things that any person in the world controls themselves. And what is their attitude? Wake up, be positive, and number two, just put in a great effort, and you can be successful if you do that.
The recruiting process is obviously the lifeblood of college athletics. It's tough at a place like Union. It's tough for the entire Liberty League when you have the intersection of finances. They're expensive schools to go to. Academics are extremely hard schools to get into, and then you have to go out and identify great football players. So how do you go about starting the recruiting process?
Well, I think obviously it is the lifeblood of the program. I mean, obviously the better student athletes that you have, the more success that you can have. And look, we got in the process a little bit late, obviously, with me being hired last Friday. The staff here has done a great job of evaluating and continuing to recruit potential student athletes here. That's what we've been doing the last few days, is just evaluating all that film. I hadn't seen it before, so I needed to sit down and look at all the different variables. You're right. There's an academic side to it. They need to be able to be accepted into the school here. They need to be able to do the work once they're here. And then number two, how good of a football player are they? Do they fit what I'm looking to do on both sides of the ball and in the special teams game? And then three, yeah, you're right. At the Division III level, can they afford it? Is it something that they have prepared as a family to take into consideration? But you said it. It's all about identifying. So as we move forward in our recruiting process, three very easy steps that we'll follow, besides being organized and putting in great effort to get the recruiting process done. Number one, we got to identify, and that means identify the right student athletes that can be successful at Union College. Number two is evaluate. Once you find them, you got to evaluate them, and it's not just the athletic and the academic side of it. I want to evaluate their character and who they are as a person. Do they have a good work ethic? Are they motivated? And do they want to be successful? And then three, it's create. You got to create relationships in the recruiting process. That's what it's all about. It's all about the people and gaining their trust, that you are going to be an advocate for them and for their son. So identify, evaluate, create. 3 easy steps.
Let's get to the fun stuff on the field. You had some high-powered offenses out at Stony Brook. What kind of offense are we going to be seeing here on Saturdays in Schenectady? We going spread? What's the deal?
No, you know what? I need to sit back once we get through the recruiting process here and we can land this class this year. I need to sit back and look at the personnel that's in the program now. And then from there, make some decisions on where we can be the most successful. I think it'd be foolish for me to come out and say, yeah, we're going to be this or that when I may not even have the personnel to utilize that. It's all about putting your players in the best position for them to be successful. It doesn't matter what I know. It matters what they know and what they can do. So, I need to sit back and look at that. I mean, I've had experience with both. My time at Hofstra was a spread offense. My time at Stony Brook and Trinity, we've been more of a multiple pro style offense. So, I think I know this. We're going to be able to run the football. That will be a given. We'll be physical. We'll be disciplined. And those things will not shy away from.
Are we going to have any beat RPI type signs up in the locker room or anything?
That's what. Obviously, I know the tradition of that rivalry. Obviously, I love the rivalry part of it. Coming from Ohio, where I grew up. I mean, certainly it was always Ohio State, Michigan. So to have a rivalry with such tradition and history to it is really exciting to me. In terms of signs and stuff like that, that's down the line for me. I got other priorities I have to put in place here with the program where we are right now.
Last question. Now that you're out of the FCS, what do you think of what Coach Gattuso is doing at UAlbany?
You know what? He's I think he just finished up his second year. He's got a great pedigree of where he's coached and where he's been. I think he does a terrific job. His teams are prepared. I mean, the 2 years we've played him, very, very prepared, and he's got good players there. He certainly does. So, they'll have nothing but success. It certainly takes some time, but I think he does a great job. His staff is out there recruiting. I know, when I was on the trail recruiting at that level, you always showed up and Albany was there. Or they were certainly in the hunt for each kid that we were looking at too.
Jeff Behrman, new Union College football coach, trying to get Union back to the top of the Liberty League, and it'll be an exciting time here in Schenectady as you look to do that. Coach, thanks for being with us this morning.
Brady, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Have a great weekend.